over recent years, I've become increasingly skeptical about the exhortation to build or to grow ever more people with cyber skills, because the delta between the projected number that we need and the number we're producing is getting larger and larger and larger. And that was true when I was responsible for the National Cybersecurity Strategy. I was in charge of the programme, the spend, and the strategy. You know, I had hundreds of millions of pounds to spend, and I was responsible for this strategy, right? And we couldn't meet the skills need. You could meet it if you flexed the entire education budget in the way that we have around STEM. And in a way, the Israelis have done a bit of that, but we aren't doing that in this country, and other countries aren't doing it. And anyway, when you train people and they go and sit in a SOC, after a bit, they don't want to be in a SOC anymore because it's not that interesting. They want to move on. And the bit that's missing out of our discussion of skills in the profession is automation. Machine speed and automation is what's going to enable us to lift a limited number workforce ever higher up the technology stack, so they're doing ever more stimulating and interesting things. Yeah, that's not happening enough. We've slightly parked on ways of working which are, as used to be said in Cheltenham when I worked there, mandrolic. You know, you rely on a human being to do a thing, and it isn't fundamentally that interesting. Yeah, and then you need lots of them, and then there's a scarce supply, the price goes up, and that's what's happening a lot in the security profession. So we need to get away from this, we've got a high number we're never going to meet, and begin to think about how can we reduce that number through automation. For instance, you might have tools that looked at the quality of your encryption and where it was going and gave you assurance about it, like the ones produced by Venari Security, for instance. And that's only one example. There are lots of other areas where you want to.